Today I'm going to be showing you a couple great games played in the Tier 6 British Sherman Firefly tank, which is one of the best mediums for its tier for mid to long range combat. And I'm about to show you why in a few examples here. By the way, this is not me playing. This is one of my apprentices playing the tank. I've been teaching him, everything that I've learned about this game, and he fell in love with this vehicle, and so he's sharing some of his top 2 games with us, and yeah, so I'm just gonna walk you through them, and hopefully you can learn a lot from these two. He's almost to the 3rd mark. He's at around 94% right now, so he'll probably get the 3rd mark by the end of the night. But yeah, let's just watch this Firefly expert in action here. I play the tank myself as well. I'm on my double mark. Not as close to the triple as he is, but I don't really like playing it that much. I've been tending to play the higher tiers. So as you can see, this is the highest penetration Tier 6 tank that's not a tank destroyer in the game, I believe. It's like 171 penetration, and it can just rip these heavies to shreds, as you can see what it's doing right here. Within the first minute or two, he already has 600 damage. He's almost made up his full hit points right here. And this guy, if you're looking for a tank that doesn't require much gold ammo at tier 6, this is probably the tank you're looking for, because as you can see, Paige, the player who's playing right now, he loads mainly AP, only has a couple APCR, and you might not even see him shoot an APCR because he doesn't need to with this excellent AP pen he's got right here. This was one of the most effective tanks at killing the Tiger on the Western Front because of its so high penetration. And as you can see, the aim is rather good. He doesn't even have to aim. He doesn't have to sit he doesn't have to sit here and aim. You can just back up, shoot, move forward. He's been dodging a lot of enemy shots already here, using this hard cover very effectively. You see his buddy to the left with the VK3002. He's not doing so hot because he just doesn't have as good of a gun as the Firefly does. So now it looks like, he just took out the ARL. He's finishing up this T-34, but it's a little bit of a stalemate here on this side, where the team's winning the north end of the map. So really, these guys just have to hold until the north end can start flanking the base and start making the enemy heavy tanks, a little bit startled. So Paige is just waiting it out here. Looks like he's gonna move ahead. Paige, by the way, is a devout Canadian, so this is probably another reason why he loves this Firefly tank, because it's a Canadian tank. It's a modified M4 with the Canadian/British Commonwealth design. It was mainly used by the Canadians. You have an E8 doing an interesting move. If you can look at the mini-map, the E8's trying to sandwich or to flank our KV2 there. Just trying to take advantage that we have no TDs at cap. We do have that medium, but I doubt that medium on our side is very good if he's just been sitting at cap all game. So here Paige tries to intercept that E8, or at least he was looking at it. If I were him right now, I'd probably, look out those bushes, try to scout that T-37 in the center of the map. Although that T-37 might have escaped to cap now that our north side won, maybe. Yeah, there he is. Look at that snapshot, baby. Oh my gosh. I've been told that the more marks on your barrel, the better the RNG is. I don't know if that's true or not. And so this Tiger, man, he has lost his way. What was he thinking going in the center?
Let's find another target.
Firefly is one of the best tanks to take advantage of this at tier 6. See, if you're looking for a long range sniper, it could have a little bit better accuracy, but it's really like one of the most accurate tier 6 mediums, when you compare it to the T-34-85 and you compare it to the American M4s. Like it's more accurate, it has better pen, and it has better gun handling, it looks like. So if you're a person to maybe more like be a supporting medium rather than a front of the lines medium, this Firefly is probably gonna be a good tank for you guys. Just waiting for that heavy tank to make a mistake, man. He's giving him so many shots.
We've damaged them. Let's find another target. Target acquired.
Yep, he doesn't learn, does he?
Enemy armor.
Well, that's the first game here. I'm about to... he gets a Brothers in Arms, and I guess he felt a little excited killing that last guy. Alright, the second game here is going to be from my good friend Rugger11. And he's going to be playing in his Firefly. He hasn't had it for, that many games, so he doesn't have as many marks as, Paige did. And Paige is about to get his 3rd mark, but this was a very interesting game that he sent me on the Firefly, and I thought it was good enough to show, even though it wasn't done by one of my apprentices or by myself. And so this guy is he's pulling up to one of the best sniping areas in the game here, as you can see on this map. And we'll usually only tank destroyers come up here, but as I said in the earlier map, when you're playing with a mid to long range sniping medium, you want to take the role as a tank destroyer for almost the first half of the game, for maybe the first third, the first half of the game. And this is exactly what Rugger's doing right here. So unfortunately he had some unlucky shots there on the P-43 BIS, but you're about to see some very good gameplay coming up here. Now, as many of you know, this map has a lot of stalemates and can be somewhat, it can go on for some time, and you're about to see some of our heavies try to blitzkrieg the enemy and it not go too well for them. Our KVs are already at half health or dead, and it's not even been like the first 2 minutes of the game, so this map can be very frustrating at times, but you just have to be very patient. So now the enemy is about to charge him, and they don't realize that Rugger is a competent player in a very decent tank, one of the best tanks for these types of situations. The Churchill 7 is actually somewhat well armored of a heavy, and this Firefly does not have any problem in terms of penning him. So unfortunately he got RD'd right there. But he quickly heals his gunner, and he's ready to roll right here. The Allies swept up that Churchill, and now it's back to sort of a stalemate at the Allied side. So now he's just waiting for any weakness in our lines. And if there's any breakage of our lines, this Firefly will be able to more or less, you know, totally defend the line here. So let's watch what he's about to do. I mean, the KV-2 is thinking about going this way. You know, patience ends up paying off. But another good thing about this tank is, unlike many tank destroyers who don't have turrets, the Firefly was able to use that hard cover pretty well. While turning his turret all the way to the right. So there is an advantage of being a long-range medium versus a long-range tank destroyer at the start of the game. So now Rugger realizes that most of their heavies are down. Actually, almost all of their heavies are down. So there's probably not going to be any blitzkriegs anytime soon on the D or C lines of the map, and so he figures that, you know, taking more of a front of the lines role would be better suited to his abilities right now. He's about a minute in. Not a minute in, he's about like 4 or 5 minutes in with, you know, 1200 damage already combined. He's just waiting for a good opportunity. His tank destroyers are moving up, and he's doing the right thing, you know, being patient, because it's very easy to be too aggressive on this map and end up being cannon fodder for the tank destroyers there. So you just gotta wait this out, especially when you're down at least one tank in the middle of the map. Sometimes it's better for letting your opponent to make the first move here. And so there he goes. He's communicating with his team. He says, let's let them make the first move, which I think is the right decision if you have the patience. Sometimes I don't have the patience for this sort of thing. But as you can see on the minimap, there's a Sherman Jumbo that shows up on the south end, and it looks like our Rugger Firefly took a while to notice that. That was unfortunate. And now you have this whole rush on the other side of the map. He gets a really lucky tracking shot, and that Hellcat's like dead meat, you know. He came in at full health and he's totally dead. So sometimes waiting is good here. And this SU-100Y, you know, with its slow mobility and huge profile, it's dead in like a second right there. So, although he killed 2 tank destroyers, the team's still down by 2 tanks. So we'll see what Rugger does. You know, very consistent gun, decent gun accuracy, or very good accuracy and decent gun handling. He was able to totally clean up that situation right there. And so now he's trying to win a sniping, pretty much a snipe off between this E2. The E2 has better armor, while the Firefly has a better gun for this situation. So the Firefly is able to keep this E2 at distance. He knows that that jumbo Sherman has a derp gun, and if that derp gun gets too close to him, that Sherman will end up having the advantage. So he's trying to keep his advantage with a long range gun. I think he scared him enough there. And now Rugger is looking for stragglers. He knows that most of the team on their side is at our cap, so he wants to look for stragglers here. He has the hit points to take that shot, and he just kills that toaster right there. He's feeling confident because his gun is like very consistent. He's sitting at 5 kills, 2400 damage. With the 3-on-3 here. I love these 3-on-3s with a small map here. It's very interesting. As you can see, Rugger's demonstrated the Firefly's long-range capabilities, but also, you know, demonstrated that the consistency of this gun, the high damage per minute, and the ability to track enemies. You know, he's done this well. He's been using the strengths of this tank very well so far. Let's see if he can keep going. You know, he's trusting his 2 tank destroyers at our base to reset cap, which they should be able to. It's a 2v1. One of our guys is almost at full health. So that was the right move. Now he's looking for Artie, which is a good idea. And so it looks like our tank destroyers reset cap, but one of them's down, and it looks like that. I'm not sure who's gonna win there. We'll see. There you go, he spots the Artie. I would have gone for a tracking shot here. He shoots an HE, but it doesn't really go, doesn't pen. So he switched back to AP. I think with these smaller caliber guns, you want to stick to using AP and not risk shooting HE, because in these circumstances you have to be able to rely on your gun. So this is what Rugger's doing here. He's sticking to AP to end this map. So I hope you guys, you know, like this, these little 2 games here. You know, Paige and I both play the Firefly quite a bit, and we're both fans. Paige is a Canadian, so he likes the historical connection here. But overall, this tank's a great medium to long range medium tank, and it's among the best in tier 6 in my opinion. It has the best penetration. So if you're looking for a tank that is easy on your wallet and is just a joy to play and is more of a supporting role, then this is your tank. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.